Welcome back, guys. We are finally going to be discussing the brand new episode of Chucky Season 3, Episode 3. Now, this was actually very interesting only because of not only did we get to see more of what has happened, which is what I've been wanting since the beginning of this damn season, which honestly I think they should have started with. But I want to go ahead and make a side note on just how good the cinematography was in this. It did not feel like an actual show. And this is one I really like, how it feels more like a movie than an actual show. And I think this is what made this episode a lot better. And honestly, I think it was the best episode of the season thus far. And we didn't have to worry about characters we did not like. Now, the entire purpose of this episode is about Chucky and also Lexi's sister Carolyn. So what happens is it shows right when Chucky was about ready to kill Tiffany last year on, I would say, on New Year's Eve, he realizes there's cops there, and when that happens, he stops himself, goes, as he says, Barbie mode, and then they arrest Tiffany, and then she sees Nika, and then Nika sees Carolyn and Chucky running into a subway, and when she tries to save her, she does not want to be saved. She wants to be Chucky's, I guess, apprentice or friend or both, to where she wants to learn from Chucky. And unfortunately, Nika can't do anything. And when that happens, they get away. Chucky calls for a taxi, and they start going over different people that they want to go after. Now, one of the things that they did in this episode that was really crazy is it did show Andy returning, and it almost seemed like Chucky killed him, but no, he was dreaming. And then he started noticing different things about himself. He is aging, and this is the one thing that really confused me, was that he's aging. And even when he was about ready to try to put himself in Carolyn's body, Carolyn wakes up and she says, "Don't you think I went over book cover to book cover for the whole voodoo for dummies?" Due to the fact of he's aging, if there is a reason for this, he needs to go to an actual, I guess, voodoo doctor. And when he does this, he goes to the doctor. The doctor gives him, I would say, a normal checkup in a voodoo residence, to where he informs him that he is dying and not the normal way. Like, he even says, "That ain't a big deal. I'll come back. I always come back." That's not the case, because once he dies, he's officially going to die this time, because Damballa, the god that he has been loyal to for however many years now, for 40 years as he said, has left him. And he asks Chucky, "Have you been involved in any other religions?" And when it gets revealed is due to the exorcism, there was Catholicism inside him now with all this Christianity, to where it's going to leave a mark, to where it's going to be tainting him, to where he can do anything he wants to do now for all his powers and his abilities that he's been doing for the last several years. Which, in a way, it does make sense, because I had to think about that, to where I'm like, okay, why would he be aging? He's in a doll, but at the same time, the longer he's in a body, the longer he's in that doll, he's gonna be more human. But again, the doll is plastic, everything of that nature, so it kind of made me wonder. But then again, same deal with having a kid and all this other kind of crazy stuff. So I would say almost anything is possible to a certain degree. So I'm more to let that slide. But he tries, and this is what I find kind of funny, is he says, "Okay, well, how do I fix this?" And the doctor gives him a piece of paper. Him and Carolyn try to go to the actual Amityville house, which was actually kind of funny. They do kill a lot of people, and that's still not bad enough. So the reason why he gets into the White House is because they gotta go big or go home. It's for him to make a sacrifice to Damballa to get back in the good graces. This is the reason why he's doing this in the White House. And Carolyn fixes him up, and he goes near the graveyard to where the president's young, I would say either youngest son or one of the sons that did die, and they find Chucky in the cemetery right behind his son's grave. His other son picks him up, and that's how he gets in the White House. So now we know how he got into the White House, why he's in there, and this is what he's got to do. I thought he was wanting to take over the president's body. That is not the case, and now that he's trying to get more people in, it would make sense now that why he wants to kill Jay, and Lexi and Devin and all them, why he wants to do it. Which it now makes sense of why he was saying you would think he'd want them away, but he doesn't, because he wants to get revenge. And at the same time, that's probably what's going to cost him if he's not able to do what he's able to do. Now, another thing what's really cool is I'm very happy that we got to see Fiona Dorff return as Nika in this episode, because it got revealed that now Lexi going to see Tiffany in jail. And Tiffany does reveal that it was Chucky. There was one more. He was in the Bell Doll in drag, and that's why he took Carolyn. And obviously, they still don't know where she's at. And what happens is Tiffany does go into court. Everyone's there. Nika testifies, as well as the kids. And what they try to do is, again, the lawyer tries to have go for the insanity plea, so that way Tiff can get off scot-free. Now, again, it does not go that well, because she ends up getting the death sentence for lethal injection. And we later find out that Nika has been keeping in contact with Glenn and Glenda, aka Gigi, that's the name they're going by now, and that she talks to them every day. And of course, Tiff says, "Give them my love." And Nika went kind of dark here for a second, so she even and again, it's all the stuff that's happened to her between Chucky and her, that she even told her, she says, "Once you die, I'm gonna roll over your damn grave." And again, she has every right to, because of what Tiffany and Chucky has done to her. I mean, because again, Chucky is the reason why she's disabled, and then of course, with what Tiff did, taking off her arms and legs and holding her hostage for over a year, I mean, that's gonna mess her up even more than what she already was. So she has every right to to take out her revenge. And now that all this is making sense, I really don't think Tiffany's gonna die. I don't think Chucky's gonna die either. That'd be too easy. If they are gonna go that route, I will definitely be shocked. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that it was only a dream sequence for Andy, because Chucky did kill him in this sequence. I was like, oh, damn, don't tell me they killed off an OG. But they actually didn't. It was just a dream sequence of what Chucky wants to happen. So, overall, I actually enjoyed this episode. Last two episodes, I had not really enjoyed. I was more bored and more cringe fest than anything else. I really don't care about Lexi, Jake, and Devin. I really don't care about those characters. I just want to see more Chucky. I want to know more the reason why Carolyn's doing this. Again, if she is mentally messed up in the head, or she just feels like she wants to be a killer, or something. So it kind of gives me that feeling where Chucky is going, like at the very last part of the scene where he says that he was jealous of her dad because he had such a good, such an amazing daughter in his own mind. So I think in Chucky's mind, he wants to have Carolyn like the daughter that he always wanted, instead of having like Glenn or Glenda, which again is a whole story by themselves. But we all know how the way Chucky is. In his mind, he wants another killer from his genes to carry on that tradition that he wants. So it wouldn't make sense. But either way, I think this episode was, again, the best of the season. Guys, what did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments down below. I know there's been a lot of diversity between or not diversity, but there's just been a lot of, I would say, drama, I would say, within the fandom. I know there's some people that like Chucky series, there's some people that do not like it. I'm in between. There's a lot of things I don't like about it, which you guys should already know, and there's things I do like about it. This episode, again, I liked. I think it was kind of interesting. We even got to see Kenan Thompson be in this episode as a taxi driver. He lasted not even 5 minutes, so I think they're actually getting a lot of different actors and actresses in here, because, again, we had Liv Morgan last year, who was the wrestler. She was on there, and she died. And then we had, of course, Kenan Thompson. We've had a few other ones in here. So again, I think it's kind of interesting that they're getting different actors and actresses and different celebrities on here that's getting killed by Chucky, and make it kind of funny. So I think that's kind of cool. But either way, guys, let me know your thoughts are about it down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll see you as always on the next one.